My name's Anna Bateson, and my profession, I suppose, is marketing director for YouTube in Europe, the Middle East and Africa. I am responsible for trying to not tell people that YouTube exists, because I think most people know that YouTube exists, but my responsibility is really trying to expand their perceptions of what we have to offer, so show sort of the range and depth of the content that we have, and that we're not just about silly videos with cats or dogs. And then I think it's also about encouraging them to go and view sort of some of the kind of better quality is not the right way of saying it, but the sort of more interesting ends of the spectrum of the kind of content that we have. So I went to university and I got to graduation without any idea what I wanted to do. I thought that maybe advertising or PR might be interesting, and I wrote to a lot of people asking them about whether I could come and do work experience or come and sort of intern at their companies. And after 2 or 3 months of writing and going to meet people, I got a job. And I got a job in a financial PR company which I knew nothing about, and that was really how I started working. So I think a lot about jobs are seizing opportunities when they come along and taking risks. My observation is, if you're enthusiastic and you're given the opportunity to intern, you should leap on it, because once you're in a company, that's when that's where everything can work out for you. And the number of times that we've had bright, enthusiastic, willing people come in and then very quickly being able to give them permanent jobs, I think is absolute sort of confirmation. It's much, much easier to get a job when you're in a business than it is when you're on the outside. I think having a youthful workforce is vital. I think it's a huge advantage here at Google, /YouTube, that we have loads and loads of bright young people in their early 20s. And I think it depends what business you're in, but if you are remotely interested in what the younger generation are doing and thinking and how that informs what you do, then having a sort of a kind of a steady influx of people who are a different generation to the people who are senior, who are much more in touch with kind of what younger sort of people care about and how they're kind of operating, I think that's a massive advantage. Top 5 tips of how to get into my industry. You have to be persistent. I think that writing letters, emailing, following up, not being discouraged when it doesn't happen immediately is vital. I mean, I think that's true for anything. Be willing to do work experience, projects, internships if you possibly can. If someone says, I've got a couple of weeks' work, take it, because that's one of the ways that you can prove yourself. Network, it's a horrible word, but knowing people and going to see them and them sending you to see someone else can sometimes seem a bit dispiriting and relentless, but eventually somebody will remember you or somebody will meet you and they have a job and they have something, and that's how opportunities start. If you're not being successful in getting your own job, then make sure that you're doing other things that you can show to people, that you're, write a blog or kind of engage in sort of activities that are relating to your industry, or do things that demonstrate to people that you're genuinely engaged and enthusiastic about it, and it's not just one of many things that you're saying you're interested in. In my industry, it is about communication, and video is a primary sort of source of communication. So make videos of yourself, things that you're enthusiastic about. Show people what you can do. Don't just turn up with a CV and expect them to understand. I mean, going above and beyond in trying to get a job, I think will never sort of, be a bad thing. If someone was trying to impress me, I think I would look for real understanding and engagement with the platform. So somebody who really understands YouTube, who's thought about it, who's made videos, who's thought about how those videos get seen, that impresses me. Somebody who comes in and who's never thought about what we do and our product and how our product kind of is successful, it doesn't impress me. Of course it helps if you're really talented or you're incredibly skilled or you're very qualified, but in the end, if you're enthusiastic and persistent and you don't give up, I think you'll get a job.